siblings have won our hearts quite like the Jonas Brothers.
I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly.
From Disney to the world, Nick, Kevin and Joe have defied the odds and cemented themselves as one of the biggest last names in pop.
Ooh, turn the temperature higher, 'cause I'm burning up for you, baby.
Now, the 19-year wait for Aussie fans is almost over, with the lads set to kick off their first ever Australian tour.
Don't get stressed, it's gonna get figured out. Oh, deep conversation that
I booked tickets all the way to India to catch up with the brothers. They had their headlining gig at Lollapalooza, Mumbai. Unfortunately, my visa got rejected, so I'm stuck here in boring Australia. Nick Jonas, Kevin Jonas, Joe Jonas, you're in India. What's going on over there?
It's amazing here. We love coming to India. I have a deep and close personal relationship with India, obviously with my wife being Indian. So I spent a lot of time, but we've never played a show here. So it's pretty special for us to be here for the first time. Lollapalooza, 25, 30,000 people tonight. It's going to be an incredible time.
Yep, you're coming to Australia. You've never been. Are you excited to finally come and see us?
First time we're going to play Australia. It's going to be absolutely incredible, and I love it there. I'm excited to get back. It's been a little while. It also has a really significant storyline in our story. You know, when we got the band back together back in 2018, we kind of did some of those tough conversations and talks about what this next chapter would be out in Sydney. So it's going to be nice to get back and plant our feet back on the ground and see our fans there.
So you saying Australia saved the Jonas Brothers?
Australia
definitely helped. Definitely helped.
You also have a song called Australia off your 2007 album. Is coming and playing that in Australia kind of going to bring everything together, make everything right in the world?
Yeah, we can get out of this weird simulation we've all been in.
Yeah, it's this full loop.
The universe will get reset. Yeah, it is bizarre that we have a song called Australia. You know, we just finished up 60-something shows in the U.S. on the 5 albums, 1 night tour. And, you know, we play Australia in that show. Obviously, we're playing every song from the collection. And it's, in the U.S., it seemed to be one of the fan favorites. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we get to Australia and play that song.
Now, Nick, there's a moment in the song Burning Up, you know what I'm about to bring up, where you sing Red Dress in a slightly, I guess, way that people don't expect. It sent the internet crazy. How did this all happen?
It's become a sort of caricature of itself. Things like this and going through a vocal change and having Red Dress be delivered with the passion it was delivered has become a thing. But I celebrate it now.
So I've been practicing all day. Can I have a go at doing it?
I would love to hear it.
Okay. Red Dress. I think I went into too much falsetto.
You got to bring the growl in.
Yeah, it needs more. Okay, let me have another go. Red Dress.
It's its own choice.
Wanna play?
You guys are all fathers. Does that change the dynamic of touring? I imagine it's very different to how touring used to be, but also to making music and the future of what the Jonas Brothers are going to be?
Well, I've been listening to a ton of Cocomelon in my house because of my daughter. I can say I won't be pulling too much inspiration from that, although it's great. You know, Cocomelon does its thing.
So Cocomelon, check. What about Bluey?
Oh yes, it's Bluey's a big thing in I think all of our households, but it is specifically a big win. The new episodes just came out in the U.S. like a couple weeks ago for us. We had a movie premiere night, like Bluey premiere night at our household. When I told my daughters that I'm going to Australia, they said, "Are you going to see the actual house, the Bluey house?" Because apparently there's a Airbnb that is built as the identical replica of
really?
the Bluey house.
You gotta stay there.
In Australia. So they asked if I was going to see it or staying.
Definitely stay there.
I'm thinking maybe we should figure it out.
Joe, I read that when you were growing up, you wanted to be a stand-up comedian. But have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
I've done one stand-up gig without my traditional audience. I was filming this show called Cup of Joe, and it was a travel series. And I lost a bet to Tina Fey in New York. Oh. We were sat at the place where she used to do improv, and she said, "You're gonna go do stand-up now because you lost this bet." So I went and wrote my jokes on the way, and the audience didn't know who was gonna go up there and do their thing. So I think probably out of 7 out of 10 jokes did pretty well.
7 out of 10, that's great. That's a great hit rate. And I reckon I'm 4 out of 10. It's a good 9.
I did pay the audience well afterwards.
Okay, that's great, perfect. Now, before you guys go, I wanted to throw some famous brothers at you, and you guys can rank them 1 to 5. We've got Ben and Casey Affleck, former American footballers, Peyton and Eli Manning. You guys are Giants fans, you'd love Eli. The Hemsworth brothers, the Aussie hunks, the Jonas brothers, yourselves, I threw you in, and the Wright brothers, who invented flying, which is pretty cool.
I'd say Wright brothers. They pretty much changed everything.
Yeah, the Wright brothers, they're responsible for us being a reason why we can go to Australia. So they're the best. They're the best. I would probably go.
Eli.
I think the Hemsworths are pretty handsome, talented. So I personally, I would go number 2.
Contributed a lot to the film industry collectively.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Peyton and Eli Manning.
We're Giants fans, football fans, so
Yep.
American football fans.
Then us. Yeah, we're number 4.
Number 4, love
and then, sorry, the Athletics. You guys are great too.
But you're just not as great. It's a tough category.
Yeah.
Not
Tough.
everyone can be the best.
it. Exactly. Guys, you nailed that. Thanks so much for chatting. See you in Australia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Who wanted to go to India anyway? That was just a good. Now, tickets to the Jonas Brothers tour in Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne are still available, and all the info is on our website.